Hello fellow captains, my name is Brent Justice and welcome to my gaming channel Justice Gaming. There is new Star Trek Online news to talk about, specifically a brand new event called the Dimensional Typhoon Event. I did not know this was coming, I had no idea. This showed up in my email and I had to check it out. So let's read about the Dimensional Typhoon Event. Our next major event is Dimensional Typhoon, and you can unlock the Typhoon Temporal Battlecruiser, a brand new ship. As conflicts escalate between variant Borg factions and the Etherians across dimensional boundaries, the member factions of the Khitomer Alliance find themselves caught in a storm of crossfire that threatens multiple realities. From September 17th to October 17th, you can participate in the Dimensional Typhoon event. This new event will find you facing all three variants of the multiversal Borg. So, new content with this event. For the first time ever, one of our events is launching with 3 brand new pieces of content. Battle in our brand new TFO Royal Flush, and our 2 new patrols, Out of Control and Unwanted Guests, along with 2 classic TFOs to progress in the event. Participating in the event grants daily progress towards a grand prize, which is the Typhoon Temporal Battlecruiser and a Pulse Phaser weapon pack. This pack contains 6 variants of the Pulse Phaser weapons, originally found in the Undiscovered Country lockbox. Pulse Phaser space weapons have a chance to lower your target's damage resistance rating, while increasing your own. Upon opening the pack, you'll be able to choose from beam array, dual beam bank cannon, dual heavy cannon, turret. This pack is account bound and not reclaimable. It will be granted to the character who claims the grand prize. Earning this grand prize requires 20 daily progress. All captains can earn daily progress once per account per day by playing any of the task force operations or patrols in the event. You will receive 2 daily progress for completing a TFO and only 1 daily progress for completing a patrol. They are as follows: the new TFO Royal Flush, or the already established Battle of Wolf 359 TFO, or the already established Resistance to Starbase 1 TFO, and the new patrol Out of Control and the new patrol Unwanted Guests. Once captains have obtained 20 points, they can claim the grand prize bundle. After that, the event will still be playable, granting dilithium reward that begins at 8,000 dilithium and scales 1,000 ore per day, up to a cap of 50,000. Captains will also have the option to purchase their remaining progress in the event with Zen. The price for the buyout will be prorated based on your progress, and that is typical. So this is interesting, a brand new ship, and I have never heard of this ship, the Typhoon Temporal Battlecruiser. Question: is this a ship that has been created brand new for Star Trek Online and has not appeared in any other franchise of Star Trek? Or is this an already established ship that is being brought into the game? I don't know the answer to it, and I've never heard of it. So I will be interested to find out. So let's read a little bit about the new task force operation and the patrols. Our next major event begins on September 17th, and it comes with 3 brand new pieces of content, all centered on the multiversal Borg we've encountered in the last few updates. A brand new task force operation and 2 brand new patrols come to Star Trek Online, and you can complete them in order to progress in the Dimensional Typhoon event. So, Royal Flush. Battle amidst the depths of fluidic space alongside unusual allies, the Undine, to fend off a massive multiversal Borg invasion. Defend the planet killers, bioships of immense destructive power, and use them against the Borg, all while surviving the onslaught from a Borg fusion core, a cube. Wow, that sounds menacing. So it sounds like we are going to fluidic space, we are going to help the Undine defend against the Borg and use their planet killers. That's very interesting. So, 2 new patrols as well. Out of Control. When an Iconian vessel is stranded in an unstable gateway in the Cytor system, you must respond to I can never say this name correctly, Thasin Fei's request for help and defend the vessel for as long as it takes to free the ship, whilst avoiding annihilation at the hands of a devastating, never-before-seen Borg cube weapon. Do you have what it takes to confront the Borg head-on and demonstrate once again that resistance is never futile? And we've got Unwanted Guests. Led by Thasian Faye, the Etherians have been investigating the Kinger system because of its strong connection to the mycelial network, which they fear could be used by the Borg as an incursion point. Unfortunately, they were correct. Borg are opening reality vortices throughout Kinger space. You must work with Faye to defeat the Borg, close the vortices, and preserve galactic peace. So these patrols seem a little more in-depth, a little more story to them than is typical for a patrol. That should be interesting. I definitely want to check these out. Look for playthroughs on my channel of these. I will also do Royal Flush, new TFO. I'm excited to check it out. Now, because this update is bringing with it a bunch of new things, we are going to get some launch sales. So let's read what is here. The Dimensional Typhoon event is upon us, and not only are we celebrating its launch on PC, but we're also offering captains several great deals. So we have, any wise captain knows that when a sale this good comes your way, it's best to take advantage of it. We're pleased to announce that Ferengi merchants are pulling a 15% sale on keys from September 17th to the 21st. So you can get some keys at a little bit of a cheaper price, no doubt to unlock lockboxes. For a limited time only, starting today, players will be able to purchase the keyring bundle for the price of 2250 Zen. So that includes 20 master keys for 2250 Zen. As an additional special promotional offer when purchasing this bundle, every pack also includes a single ultimate tech upgrade. Now this part is real good to me, and they have pulled this before in past updates. So if you've got some gear, and I would say especially weapons, like your forward or aft weapons usually, or it could also be a shield or an engine or something like that, a deflector. But typically weapons are harder to upgrade and take a lot more upgrades. Applying an ultimate tech upgrade to take it to its max quality level could be beneficial for you, especially if you've been getting a new ship recently from the event and you have got your brand new tier 6 ship that you won. Perhaps you want to upgrade gear on it and get something really good. So I could see the appeal of buying this pack to get the ultimate tech upgrade. It may be worth it because you're also now getting this upgrade with it. Also, this promotional bundle will be available in the Zen store from September 17th until the 21st, so it's a very short time to be able to get that. Further, the Lobi Crystal Consortium is pleased to announce the latest feature sale from the 17th to the 21st. Captains will be able to choose from a wide selection of wares just by visiting the in-game Lobi store. All items in the Lobi store will be 20% off for this sale. So, also, if you acquired a bunch of Lobi from the recent event and you have got that 1500 Lobi bundle from that event, now things are 20% off in the Lobi store, so it allows you to get just a little bit more there. Finally, captains, it's a great time to start a new career in the Final Frontier, and that's because the Start Your Adventure sale is now live from the 17th to 21st. You can get a brand new character or your 32nd level 65 kitted out the way you like by saving 25% on everything listed below. Services, uniforms, personnels, and starter pack. And that is if you're starting a new character, can help you excel very quickly with a new character. So those are the sales that are going on. This is a big event. Just keep in mind that a lot of these are only from the 17th to the 21st, so that's a very short time on these sales. This was interesting when I saw this. This is Captain Lorcano. I said it wrong already. Captain Lorcano. That's kind of a hard name to say. Lorcano's Nova 1 next week in the Infinity Lockbox on the PC. Starting with the launch of the Dimensional Typhoon event on PC, a new ship will be available in the Infinity Lockbox, the Nova 1 from Lower Decks. This ship is a recreation of the original flagship of the disbanded Nova fleet, the Nova 1, which is atomized during the activation of the Genesis device that created the Class M planet Lorcano. Being a completely custom design, some of the elements seem to ignore or completely go against Starfleet shipmaking standards and safety protocols. It advised that when flying this model, pilots refrain from engaging in dangerous maneuvers. The starship features a Commander Universal / Pilot Specialist seat and Lieutenant Commander Engineering Miracle Worker Specialist seat. So this is a raider is what it's considered. Here's all the specs on it. Tier 6, 5 forward weapons, but only 1 aft. It's a raider. Commander Universal / Pilot. Lieutenant Commander Engineering / Miracle Worker. Lieutenant Commander Universal. Lieutenant Tactical. Ensign Universal. 5 tactical consoles, 4 engineering, 2 science. A very high base turn rate. Plus 10 to weapon and engine. Nova Fleet recruitment drive. It can equip cannons, radar flanking, Nova starburst, pilot maneuvers in the Starship Mastery package of Raider. So the ship is equipped with a console universal Nova Fleet recruitment drive. Contrary to popular belief, Nick Locarno's main skill wasn't piloting, but convincing people to follow him down a dangerous path. This device emits a beam which was initially thought to be capable of destroying ships. In truth, it broadcasts a message manipulating low-ranking members of a ship's crew and forces them to mutiny. Yeah, the chaos and destruction that ensues can range from bridge officers seeing their abilities delayed to ships temporarily defecting. And then you've got the experimental weapon Nova Starburst. This starship also comes with an experimental weapon slot equipped with a Nova Starburst. This weapon uses a plasma canister as a projectile. The weapon creates a dangerous cloud that deals damage over time to anyone inside it. After a few seconds, the plasma is ignited, creating an explosion of an area several times bigger than the initial plasma cloud. This console also increases passive shield regeneration the faster your ship flies. Starship trait of bold piloting. You get this trait. Let's see what it does. After being expelled from Starfleet Academy, Nick Locarno became obsessed with proving he was an ace pilot. He would forego safety measures in order to show off his skills. One such case involved tampering with standard engine boosting protocols to achieve greater maximum speed. This let him deal damage to other ships and partially bypass shields by grazing during hot pursuits. Due to stress applied to engine subsystem, Locarno's special move could not be used sparingly. This could only be used sparingly. This move gained intergalactic notoriety until one day it became known as the Locarno Maneuver. So this is a new Raider. I do have to say that I just want to give a shout out to Lower Decks. Absolutely, Lower Decks, if you've never watched it, you must watch it. If you're a Star Trek fan, you must watch it. Period, end of story. Go watch the series. It is coming up on its last season, and it is sad that it is getting canceled, and that is a shame. So the series was incredible, and I would have loved to have seen it gone further. I think that it really captures the heart of Star Trek, honestly. Even though it's a cartoony show and it's in a cartoon form, and yes, it has a Rick and Morty kind of mentality to it, it is still Star Trek at heart. And the people that are making it, the creators that are making it, are fans, and they know their Star Trek. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Go watch Lower Decks. All right, let's go on to the next thing, which is it. That's it. That's all the news. Badgie demands you visit the Lobi store. So let's see. Alongside the release of our Dimensional Typhoon update, new items will be available in the Lobi store. Looks like we have Universal Kit Module Exceptional Compromise. Compromises can be reached even using the most unlikely of techniques. This particular diplomatic process was discovered by junior crewmen aboard a California-class Federation starship and has been limited success. Say, targeting a foe with this kit will force them into a compliance state where lower-rank enemies will find themselves confused and completely unable to attack for a length of time. However, high-rank foes are frequently injured against this type of influence. Inured? That's not a word. And will instead find their outgoing damage reduced, while also unable to target the source of this effect. You've also got the Agamus Aggression Network. I don't know what that is. I don't recognize it, but I probably have seen it in Lower Decks, maybe. It's hard to know. I need to rewatch the series myself, actually. But because it's hard to remember everything that's been done in that show. Deploying this Agamus unit will allow it to engage its replication protocols, filling the immediate area with a swarm of Agamite drones. Over time, each drone is capable of afflicting a random foe with one of the following effects: stun target, knockback target, taunt target. After utilizing one of these special effects, the Agamite drone will commence fire-at-will protocols, unleashing anti-proton bolts on a nearby foe as it sees fit. Each Agmas unit has been reprogrammed to only support 8 active drones at a time in order to limit its capacity to enslave entire populations. Yes, so I won't go into too many spoilers, but Lower Decks has this whole thing about evil AI machines, robot things that have turned evil, which happens a lot in Star Trek. Ground weapon. Sword of the Winter Constellations. Well, this one I get immediately. This blade is almost an exact replica of an infamous relic of station belonging to a powerful Orion family, and I know who that Orion family is. It is named for the intended wielder of the blade, although succession with the Orion Syndicate can sometimes be a deadly and messy affair. Wielding this blade against a foe will occasionally open the opportunity to throw deadly implements of other nearby foes, unfortunately enough to be in the vicinity. The tertiary attack of this blade is capable of invoking a deadly ritual meant to prove the superiority of participants by summoning multiple Orion murder bugs that will attack enemies with their deadly toxic fangs. Lipstick Baton. These covert melee weapons were favored by many operatives within the Beta Z intelligence agency. Collapsible and easily concealed, these batons are capable of inflicting a psionic shock to the brain stems of anyone unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end. This sidearm replaces the tertiary attack. For example, if you have a palm strike as your tertiary attack and you equip this sidearm, it will replace your palm strike with it. The sidearm cannot be upgraded and also takes up a device slot. Only one sidearm equipped at a time. Also, some new ground traits. While a new ground trait called Barter by Combat. While this trait is slotted on any time you defeat a foe, there is a chance of having additional rewards granted directly into your inventory. Well, that's interesting. The rewards could be energy credits or astrometric probes, provisions, medical supplies, communication arrays, water purification systems, Batarat incense, Pharisian nepta leaves, tula berries, Jovanite, shape-shifting lockets, unrefined Ketracel, and contraband. That's an interesting kind of a trait. We also have the personal space trait, Drucomany Salvage Claim space trait. While this is slotted anytime you defeat a foe, there is a chance of having additional rewards. So the same thing as the ground one, just in space. Energy credits, astrometric probes, basically looks like the same rewards, just in space. So a space one and a ground one for like free rewards into your inventory, which is real interesting. Badgie variants. Players will be able to purchase ground pet Badgie photonic constructs from the Lobi Crystal store. You got Badgie Mark II, Goodgie, and Logicy. That's kind of interesting. I think, though, that they should be combat pets. Are they not combat pets? Okay, Badgie combat pet. Wait a minute. It's the whole next thing. Let's read this. Badgie was a hologram designed by Ensign Sam Rutherford in the form of an anthropomorphic Starfleet insignia meant to train Starfleet personnel in matters relating to mission objectives. However, each time he has been activated, the program invariably goes haywire and slightly homicidal. Starfleet has since attempted to repurpose his unstable codebase on several occasions. It is unknown who finally was brave enough to embrace his glitches to turn Badgie into a combat assistant, but the galaxy is a strange place. Badgie lasts 2 minutes and will stab things on your behalf during that time, unless it is first destroyed by other means. I have to say, been wanting and looking forward to a Badgie combat pet since I saw it in Lower Decks. I knew eventually that was coming to Star Trek Online, and now I wonder, when is the Moopsie coming? When is the combat Moopsie coming? Moopsie. Badgie combat pet variants, non-combat pet. A young ensign first described, yeah, we know that. So basically there is a non-combat pet variant of Badgie, but I would definitely want the combat pet. And Sam Clemens formal wear. Okay, this is pretty cool too. The formal wear outfit is modeled after some more famous suits worn by the historically acclaimed writer and humorist and essayist Mark Twain, also known by his birth name of Samuel Clemens. Recreations of this style have recently become more popular among holodeck enjoyers. So you've got the upper uniform jacket loose, upper off-duty jacket loose, lower uniform pants loose, lower off-duty pants loose, fleet, hairstyle, eyebrow, and mouth accessory. So you can also look like Mark Twain, the Ferengi Mark Twain, actually the Gorn Mark Twain. That's pretty unique. These costume pieces are usable by all captain species and most bridge officer species, so you can have a whole bridge officer set of Mark Twains. Your costume is currently packed up, right-click, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I definitely want to get the Badgie combat pet. The Mark Twain stuff looks interesting. I might check these out, although I hate taking up a trait slot, but you know. The sword could be interesting. Definitely, yeah, I mean, I want to pick up anything anyway, but that's what we got there. So that is, I think, most of the news. Where's the main page? Somewhere here. Actually, it was this one. Here we go. So we already went over that. We went over that. The patch notes that just came out are that. There's a brand new Hirogen ship. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's talk about the... I mean, I guess if y'all are interested, let's talk about a Hirogen new ship. I had seen this already, and I didn't talk about it yet. Let's just do a quick thing on it here. The Hirogen ships are just not very interesting to me. Beginning alongside the flagship event, because this came out with the flagship event, the Hirogen Predator Heavy Escort Tier 6 is available, and it's a lockbox ship. No, it's not a lockbox ship. It's an Infinity lockbox ship. But here are the specs on it anyway. Tier 6, and it looks like it is a Commander Tactical, so it's just a regular ship. Has Commander Tactical / Pilot, Lieutenant Commander Engineering, Lieutenant Universal, Lieutenant Commander Universal / Intelligence. Comes with a Field of Prey. It's a net of mobile emitters, so you can placate enemies. That's interesting. Starship trait Sure Shot. Utilize specialized mobile emitters to plot and stimulate movement of enemy vessels. An increased critical chance. So I guess we want to increase your critical chance and critical severity. That could be interesting. Hollow bolt heavy weapon. A rapid fire emitter design. Fire photonic bolts of matter at your enemies. So there you go. I don't want to go too much into this ship. What I really want to look at and what I'm really interested in, what is this Typhoon? Let's read about the Typhoon. Long thought lost, the launch era Typhoon class is reborn for a new era as part of the Dimensional Typhoon Event. I am not familiar with this ship. I don't know where it's from. Veteran captains in Star Trek Online will have heard of the Typhoon, a ship that launched with stow but was never made available to players. Is that true? I've never been aware of that. Its status as an unflyable, I guess it was an NPC ship. Is that what it was? It came out as an NPC ship and then players wanted it as a ship, and now it is. Its status as an unflyable ship made it incredibly desirable, even as stow moved on to more modern ship designs. But we never want to leave you hanging, captains. So our team of master ship artists and designers went back and remade the Typhoon for a new era, soaring onto your screens as part of the Dimensional Typhoon event. So this is a ship then that I have seen in the game, and I would probably recognize it if I saw the non-tier 6 or the NPC version of it. I kind of think I recognize it with this side profile, but maybe not. I need to see the non-updated version. Once you have earned sufficient daily progress, yada yada, you get this ship. We just talked about that. A massive battle wagon. That's a way to describe a ship. The Typhoon Battlecruiser is the largest starship to emerge from Andoria's Lycan shipyards, one of several options considered in Starfleet's late 2380s rush to build super capital ships. The Typhoon was the smallest considered and passed over by more graceful Odyssey class to be Starfleet's next ship of the line. Briefly abandoned, the Typhoon's rugged frame and powerful engines spoke for themselves as tensions escalated within the Klingon Empire at the turn of the 25th century. Though the Typhoon is large, it is still significantly cheaper to produce than an Odyssey-class starcruiser, and Starfleet planners recognized its potential as a vanguard flagship, using a mix of specialized equipment and ample firepower to lead squadrons from the front as a combat command ship. Several Typhoons were rushed into service as conflict with the Klingons escalated, and they saw harrowing service during the subsequent string of conflicts that culminated in the Iconian War. Now, as Starfleet and the Khitomer Alliance sense a renewed threat looming from the encroaching and multidimensional Borg conflict, the Typhoon has undergone a 6th-generation refit and is ready to face another spate of interesting times. The ship comes with a Commander Engineering / Temporal Operative Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Commander Tactical / Command Specialist Bridge Officer seat. Tier 6 ship, any faction, hull modifier 1.4, shield modifier 1.1, 5 forward weapons, 3 aft, 1 Lieutenant Commander Tactical Command, 1 Commander Engineering Temporal, 1 Lieutenant Commander Science, 1 Ensign Universal, 1 Lieutenant Universal. 4 Tactical Consoles, 4 Engineering, 3 Science. So equal Tactical Engineering, interesting. Base turn rate 9, so pretty slow moving, I guess. Plus 10 to Weapon and Auxiliary, interesting. So this doesn't have... This doesn't have carrier. This doesn't have carrier capabilities. This is an engineering command kind of ship. Cruiser kind of a ship. Molecular reconstruction because it's a temporal ship, and it can equip cannons, interestingly. Command array and the Starship Battlecruiser Mastery Package. So it has a protonic snare projector. The Special Equipment Suite allows a dynamic creation of protonic energy field that grows as it travels to be created in the field using simple replicator technology. The energy that constitutes this field is protonic in nature, but also resonates with enemy starship hulls, infiltrating their energy relays to shut down their ability to activate abilities or to move. It also provides a passive boost to starship projectile weapon training and projectile shield penetration. Creates an expanding net and holds. Create an energy net that expands as it travels up to 10 kilometers in your facing direction. Proton damage up to 3 times and a brief hold. And then the Piggyback Launch Tubes Starship trait. Specialized torpedo launch tubes allow for additional microcharges to be loaded and fired alongside your ship's standard torpedoes. When firing a torpedo at a foe, you will automatically also launch a microcharge for additional kinetic damage to that target. The microcharge works while under special firing modes, but will only ever fire a single additional projectile at your primary target. When firing any torpedo weapon, launch microcharge that deals kinetic damage. I'm interested in the ship, absolutely. Would love to fly it, so I will be playing the event for sure. So is that all the news? I believe so. Let's go back and just double check. Yeah, then we go up to the flagship event that is prior. Okay, Dimensional Typhoon Event in Star Trek Online, everyone. You've got a new TFO to play, 2 new patrols, things that are on sale, a ship to grind for, and that's basically it. I am going to go in the game. We'll take a look at all these things and what we can do and where to find all this stuff. Also look in the Lobi store and see what is available to purchase. And then, of course, all the things that we can do with this update. That'll probably be a pretty short video, but I will check that out. And then I will do a playthrough on all of this, a playthrough on the new TFO and the 2 new patrols. So that's going to be it. Hope you all have a very, very blessed day. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.